All right, welcome to week 4. We're going to do a quick tutorial on the week 4 City of Paris College. And then this is for part 1. So step 1 is sorting the department column. So you're going to hit the tab that says Arts Faculty, and you want to hit Data right here. And then this tab right here, this button called Sort. And then we want the column of the department to be sorted. So we want column sorted by column department, and you're going to click OK. And then you see that all the department is sorted out that way. Okay. Now we're going to add subtotals for salary data by department using the subtotal feature. Let me show you a little trick. Here's this little search bar up here, and I already searched subtotals, so I have it right here. So I click subtotals, and it wants me to know what am I going to subtotal. And what I want to subtotal is the annual salary, but I don't want it to be on employee number, but on the department. Okay, so I want them sorted by each department. I want it to sum up on the annual salary. And then if I have current subtotals, I want them to replace. So leave those default. Make sure it has department and annual salary and click OK. And then you'll see that these are all sorted. Now, this isn't in the instructions, but these are numbers. So why don't we highlight all those, and let's hit the $sign button right here. And notice we don't have any cents yet. So I'm going to round that down to the nearest dollar, and that just looks cleaner. So this is just making it prettier. That last step, not required, not part of the instructions, but I'm starting to see that from your spreadsheet. So it looks really good. Step 2, adding subtotals. Okay, step 3, apply the retrospect theme. My theme has been a little funky, so we're going to put this on here, and I'll show you how to do it. You click page layout. Themes is right here, and I want retrospect. So I scroll down to retrospect. If you notice, the font changes slightly, not too much, but we are in retrospect theme by clicking themes and narrowing down to retrospect. I don't overly focus on the retrospect or the themes in this class because it'll kind of be determined upon which organization you're with or your personal taste for flavor of colors and fonts. Just make it look good. This looks good. We can read it. It's sharp. If the font was like a super hard to read font, then that's where it would be negative. Okay. Create a column with the average salaries per department. Okay. Well, here's my departments, art, and I'm going to create a that's annual salary, average salary. Okay, notice that it's a little bigger than that column. So if you just click up here and double click, this spreads it at this. So create a column with average salaries by department. It doesn't say to calculate that. Instructions might want to say that, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do that here just for advanced level. Art total, $214,000. So this cell right here, I'm going to click equal sign. I'm going to click the 214,000, and then I hit divide on my keyboard, and then it's how many different titles are there. So I've got 2 professors, an assistant professor, and another professor. Can't speak today. 4 professors, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm dividing that by 4. And so my average for all of those is 53,000. And if I'm going to average my dance salaries, I'm going to hit equal sign, hit the 154,000. How many different dance? 1, 2, 3, divide by 3. That's how you get the averages. So English total, I'm going to hit equal the 290,000. And how many English professors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to divide that by 6. Get the idea here. And now we're getting some cents here because of just by division, we're getting it. Okay, so history, I've got 217,000. So I hit enter, 217 divided by, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Literature, equals, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Oops. So if I messed up, right, I see 0 there. So I need to equals this number divided by 4. So if you mess up, it doesn't populate it. Go look at your formula up here and see what maybe you might have messed up on. Music equals my total divided by how many there are, gives me the average. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I've got theater total equals 141. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can see there which department on average pays the most. They're pretty similar, but it looks like the history has the highest average of all of them. So just quickly able to see that within that. Okay, so create a column with the average salaries. That's step 4. Step 5, create a column calculating the gross percentage of employee benefits of 30%. So I'm going to create a benefits column. Benefits. So do you know that when your company pays benefits, they have to pay part of that as well? So you get money taken out of your check. The company also has to set some aside for that. And this is 30% of it. So what I'm going to do here is put equal sign, what my salary is. So I hit equals that 41,000. I'm going to hit times, which is the star button on your keyboard. It's above the 8, Shift 8. That means times. And then I'm going to do 0.3 because that's 30%, 0.3. And I hit return. So $12,000 of benefits on top of this 41,000 salary. Now, on earlier weeks, I showed you how to copy and paste your formulas. So I'm going to Command C on my keyboard, Command C, then I Command V, which pastes it here. And I just wanted to test it before I copy and paste it for every single one of these. Okay. This is a little, so I'm going to delete the total because we're just going to do individual. So this is the 30% added on to the individual salaries. Showing you a few ways to do it. So I'm highlighting and pasting. I already have the formula in my clipboard, as they call it, so I can paste them individually like I'm doing here, or I can go here and highlight a bunch of them and paste them. I'm just skipping the subtotals. I'm hitting Command V on mine. Okay, so these are the extra that we need to account for benefits. That is step 5. Now step 6 is create a column adding the salaries and benefits together for the total. Okay. Salary and benefits. Okay, so a lot of words didn't fit. So I can click this little, see how my mouse goes up like that? If I double click right there, it moves that column over to fit all of those in there. And now how do I add this up and this up right here? I hit equal sign, 41,000 plus sign with my keyboard, then the benefits, and hit enter. And that's my formula that I want to copy and paste to all of these here. Let's see. Okay, so that works. I got a little error there. I think it was just making sure that I really wanted to do that. Oh, okay, so little error here. See that it's 17,000? Those should be the same, but this should be different right here. So why isn't this? Oh, it's copying the amount, not the benefit. Okay, so notice these are all the same. And if I go look at my formula right up here, it's just copying the amount, not the formula. It's good. I'm glad I made this error because some of you might make it as well. So those are bad. That's bad data. So I'm deleting that. How did I get the 17,000? I want that to equal this plus this cell and hit enter. So that should be 53,000. And if I Command C, Command V, paste it. D, okay, it should be the same because those amounts are the same. Now this one should be different, and it is. Okay, so I'm looking at my formulas here, and they are changing. So that's good. So I don't know what mistake. I might have been going too fast, but I want to make sure these add up, and it just saves time. So look, now it's messed up again. I don't know why mine is doing that, but that's a formula there. So I'm going to Command C that formula and make sure the formula gets pasted, not the actual amount. So you want to go back and look up right up here, right here, and make sure that when you're, oops, make sure that when these go through, that the formula is changing. Okay. Common mistake. That way we want the data, because that way, if I go ahead and change this salary to like 60,000, you don't do this, but just show you, it changes the, if I change this to 60,000 or 100,000, whatever. Look, all those numbers change. And that's what we want. So that's why we have formulas, so we can quickly change one thing and it changes everything else. Okay. So this is my formula. I want to make sure it's in my clipboard, and I want to paste it here. I just double check and make sure, yes, that's adding those two together. Beautiful. So I'm going to paste it here and make sure these, ooh, now see it, something's going on. It's not copying my formula. So Command, boom, that is copying my formula. Okay. So got it. If you're like me, you got to double check. I don't want the total added up there yet. Okay, so 71,000. Okay, so we're going to do this for the whole column right here. And I'm just paying attention as I'm pasting it to make sure the numbers are adding up, and I'm looking to make sure the formula is copying down. You could, they say in construction, measure twice, cut once, same as in accounting. Okay, so I went too fast there. I need to get that to my clipboard and make sure these are coming down. Okay, and I'm doing them individually instead of as a group because I don't want to mess it up like you saw me do on a couple of them. They just weren't copying it correctly. Okay. So I'm going to pretty this up. This isn't required, but see, it's not really rounded to the nearest dollar here. That's got the zero. So something's going on. And I just want to either expand to, I'm going to expand to more. I got to highlight all these right here. I either got to expand to full like cents, you know, two decimal points, or I reduce to nothing. So if I go all out, I want to see if I have any cents on there, and I have all zeros. So it would make, you know, when you're talking about salaries, no one's comparing pennies. So I would probably going to round those to have no pennies on there. And it just looks prettier and looks cleaner there. Like when someone's talking about salary, they're not 17,442 and 14 cents. So make sure you have those just prettied up. You don't have to, but that's advanced level. We're on beginner level, so you don't have to even have the dollar signs there, which I showed you I have here, but you don't have to have those to get full credit for this. Okay, insert the file name in the footer. So where are the footers? That's the top and the bottom. I like to do file, page setup, and then we have header footer. That's where I like to do it. And in the footer, I'm going to do just on page 1. And what am I going to type? Custom footer. Does it say in the center or left? Name of the footer. So I'm just going to go center section, file name. Oh, because the file name needs to actually be my name, right? Remember Brad _ Barber _ business 130. And then week 4, City of Paris. So that's the file name. I haven't changed the name already, but we're going to do that. That's one of the later instructions, but I inserted my file name. If I want to rename it, I'm just going to go up to the top and rename it. Okay, so I've got my file name. I'm saving mine to downloads. So we've got that. We've got our footer. That's step 8. Step 9, add your name, course name, section number, the document properties. That's what we just did on the name. Arts faculty, and include arts faculty to the tags, show your work. Okay, so page 2. So that should wrap up all of part 1 for the week 4 project.